What's going on, guys? It's MadMat9955 here, and today we're going to be going over Traptrix deck profile for you guys. This deck has been pretty fun to play, and I've had it for a little while here. I did a live duel against Branded, I believe. I wasn't playing Traptrix at that point in time. I was playing the Branded deck, but my friend was playing the Traptrix deck, so if you guys want to go check that out, that video will be down in the description. But anyways, let's get right into this. So to start off with, we run 3 Murillo. Murillo is a searcher for all of your whole normal traps, and she also has an effect when she gets special summoned to pop a spell and trap. The pop of the spell and trap is mandatory, so you always have to do it when she hits the field if you get her special summoned. So try not to pop your own stuff. Then we run 3 Mantis. Mantis allows you to add any of your Traptrix monsters off of her normal summon, and then she has a quick play effect that you can target one set card on the field, bounce it back to your hand, so say your opponent's trying to pop something, then you can like activate it, bounce it back, and get some more versatility out of it. Then we run 3 Arachnacampa. Arachnacampa is pretty cool in this deck. She basically protects all of your back row the first time it would be destroyed. And she also can special summon herself as long as you have a Traptrix monster. She does lock you into insects and plants for the turn when you use her, but you can kind of get around that and stuff if you use her last or if you summon her on your opponent's turn instead. Then we run 2 Dionea. Dionea, when she's normal summon, you can target a Traptrix monster in the grave, special summon it back, and then if she's special summon, you can target a whole normal trap in the grave, set it back to your side of the field. You can't use it the turn that it's set, but you can use it the next turn, and if you don't use the card by the end of the next turn, then it gets banished. Then we run 2 Putika. Putika allows you to get the field spell when she's normal summon. And then when she's special summoned, you can target a special summon monster, banish it, and then at the end phase, they get to special summon one back. So normally what I do here is I either use it to like clear something to hit for game, or I will set up a play where I have a trap on the field that when their stuff gets special summoned back, I'll like pop it or something. Then we just run 1 of the Visicola. She just allows you to basically get an additional summon when you need her. You target a spell or trap that's set, send it to the grave, special summon herself, and then while she's in the grave, you can banish her, and I believe you get to set back a spell and trap if I'm not mistaken. You get to target a whole normal trap in the grave and add it to your hand. Or set it to your field, sorry. I don't really use that effect that much. Then we're going to move to our other monsters that we run in the deck. We only have 5 extras. But we run 2 Parallel Exceed, obviously for reasons of going into Traptrix Sarah, because this is a 1 monster and a 1 link, and then if you have Parallel Exceed, you can summon it. And then Parallel Exceed's effect allows you to summon the other Parallel Exceed from the deck. Its attack, defense, and level get cut in half. So it becomes a level 4, which is really good because a lot of your cards are level 4, so you can go into a whole bunch of different XC plays. Then we run 2 Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. She's really good in this build. If you activate any of your traps, she summons herself, and she's a big body for you. And then if you activate another trap while she's on the field, you get to set another normal trap from your deck, and that can be any normal trap, so you can get some of the stuff that's not archetype based. Then we just run the 1 Eldritch. We run a lot of traps in here, and sometimes Eldritch comes up. Like, say you have a whole entire hand of like just straight up traps or something, and you're trying to survive for a turn. You dump it, send something off the grade, bring them back, and then you got a big body that can't be destroyed by card effects. So he's pretty nice. Now we're gonna move on to spells. For the spells, we're just running 3 Tantalizing Tunes. This is a draw 2 for the deck. You either discard a plant, insect, or a normal trap, and then you draw 2. And then while it's in the grave, you can banish it, target a plant, insect, or a normal trap that is, I believe, banished. and put it back to the deck. Yep. And then the other spell that I'm running is just one of the field spell. And that's the only spells that we run in this deck. The field spell just gives you a additional normal summon. It gives you battle protection of all your plant and insect monsters. And then you can banish a Traptrix monster from either your, I believe, hand or field. From your hand or your graveyard. Oh, no, hold on. Okay, yeah, so you banish one monster you control, special summon one Traptrix monster from your hand or your graveyard. So it kind of gives you an additional, like, play. And then we're going to be moving on to traps. So for the traps, we run 3 Traptrix Holatea. Holatea is a trap monster, but then she becomes just a regular monster after she's summoned. She becomes level 4 insect, I believe. No, she becomes level 4 plant earth. 400 attack or 200 attack? 400 attack, 2,400 defense. So she's just another level 4 for you, so you can continue going on into your XC plays. And then she has an effect in the grave that you can banish it, target one of your Traptrix monsters in the grave, special summon it back. So she's all around really good. For more of the hole cards that we got Bottomless Trap Hole. It's just really good, gets rid of a card, banishes it on its summon. Floodgate just allows you to flip one of your opponent's summon monsters, flip it face down, and then it can't change its battle positions while it was used on this, unless they use a card effect or something. Then we run 2 Gravedigger Trap Holes. Gravedigger Trap Holes obviously just negate a card that activates in hand, grave, or by banished, and then it burns them for 2,000. So in late game, if you really need to, get that extra damage in or whatever, it's a really good card for it, and you can set it whenever you want out of the deck. And then we have 2 Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmares. If your opponent would special summon a monster, you can pop a card on the field, and then if you have a whole normal trap in your grave, you can banish one card from their graveyard, so you can pop the card and then you can banish it immediately so it doesn't get its effects or whatever. Or you can banish something else that could be problematic. And for our unarchetype based traps, we got 2 Imperm. Imperm's just in here obviously to negate a monster. 2 Lost Wind, same thing. Just it only does special summon monsters. It cuts its attack in half, negates it permanently. And then if it goes to the Grieve, they activate something, get an extract monster out, it comes back. So it's like a 2 negate in 1. And then we run 2 Evenly Matched, which is just a board clearer and all around decent card. Then we'll be heading to the extra deck here. So for the extra deck, we run 3 Sarah. Sarah is your key starter to all of your plays. Basically, you normal summon any of your cards that you want to normal summon to get to wherever you're trying to get to. Go into Sarah. Sarah is the one card that basically does everything in this deck for you. She's unaffected by traps, which all of the extra trap monsters are, and I didn't mention that all of the monsters in the main deck are unaffected by whole normal traps. Doesn't really come up much unless you're playing the mirror match or something. But all of the extra deck Traptrix monsters are unaffected by traps, so that comes up a lot more. If they try to hit it with Imperm or whatever, it just doesn't work. But if you were to activate a Traptrix monster that's not her, you can set I believe, a normal whole trap from your deck. Yep, and then if you were to activate a normal trap at all, or if your opponent activates a normal trap, you can special summon Traptrix monster from your deck. So you got 2 effects that basically apply on your opponent's turn and also your turn. Then we run the one of the Clary, however the hell you say her name. She's pretty decent. I like to go on her turn 1 if I don't know what I'm playing against or whatever, because she allows you to reset a trap that you would have activated the turn that you activate it. So it basically just stays on the field instead of going to the grave. And then at the end phase of your turn, you can special summon back a Traptrix monster. So normally the plays like, I don't know, Sorrowful Marilla, get the Holatea, and then Marilla into like Sarah, activate the Holatea, get the Sarah effect, and then you can go and then wherever else you want from there. But normally end on like Clara, and then you can add the or special summon back the Sarah, so you have it still live for your opponent's turn. And then we have the one Adipus. Adipus is pretty decent. She's not anything too crazy, but this card allows you to at least push for game. Gives all your Traptrix monsters on the field 1,000 more attack. And then once you get summoned, you can target monsters your opponent controls up to the amount of monsters that you have that are Traptrix monsters. Negate their effects. And then you can also banish one of those negated monsters. So she's pretty good for pushing for game. Now we're going to go into our XCs package. We have 2 Pingocola. She allows you to basically add any of your Traptrix monsters from your deck to your hand. She also allows you to target a card in the grave if a card would be sent there by a card effect. And attach it to her, so you can either do your own cards or you can do your opponent's cards. And then any materials that she has on her, she's unaffected by the same type of whatever is attached to her. So say you're playing against a Cyberus deck or whatever, and like, I don't know, they send a Cyberus monster to the grave or something like that, you chain with her effect to add it to her as material. Now she's unaffected by all Cyberus monsters' effects, which is pretty decent. And we got 2 Rafflesia. Rafflesia allows your Traptrix monsters to not be destroyed by battle or card effect the first time, except for herself. And then you can detach 1 material from her, send a whole trap from your deck to the grave, and then her effect then is applied as whatever you sent. As long as like it meets the requirements to be done right then and there. So say they're like summoning something, you activate her effect, pitch 1. And then, like, you use whatever the one that you pitched effect. Alright, and then we have Alameras. She's basically just a summon 1 back if you're, like, trying to go for, like, extra combo type stuff. I don't really go into her too much, but sometimes I go into her. And then we have our non-Traptrix XCs. We got our 1 Time Thief Redoer. Redoer is really easy to go into. You can go into them like turn 1, start ripping your opponent's cards off the top of the deck during the standby phase. Then depending on what materials he has on him, which normally you would go like any of your Traptrix monsters and Holatea, so he has like 2 different effects. If he has a monster, you can tag him out and basically banish himself. He comes back during the next standby phase. If he has a spell on him, detach it, you draw a card, and then if he has a trap on him, then he can target card on the field and bounce it back to the deck. So it's pretty decent. We got 1 Abyss Dweller just to shut down combo decks in the graveyard. 1 Exciton Knight as a miniature Zeus allows you to basically, you know, blow up your opponent's field and also yours. But if you have like Rafflesia or something, or if you have a way to like protect your stuff, so you have like Arachnacampa and Rafflesia on the field, Rafflesia, yeah, will get popped, but Arachnacampa will keep all of your set cards protected, and also Rafflesia will keep all of your Traptrix monsters protected the first time they'd be destroyed too. So you can like pop everything on their side of the field, still have full advantage on your side of the field, and then hit for game. Then we have Baguska, if we really need to go into that. He's just like a kind of like a skill drain type card. You summon him in defense, your opponent's monsters and your monsters have to go to defense. Basically, the only thing I really use him for is like you go first or whatever. You don't really know what you're playing against, and you activate Baguska or something, or you do know what you're playing against, and you just won't want that, like, you want them to basically just pass their turn. You summon the Baguska in defense. Anything that they summon goes to defense. Their effect get negated, and they basically just have to pass from there. The only thing that doesn't affect is like links. So, but other than that, he's pretty decent. And then 1 Zeus, just for if I need to go into him. And Zeus just says detach 2 materials after you put him on top of a Xyz monster that attacked this turn. You can attach 2 materials, send all cards that your opponent, or all cards except for this card, I believe, to the grave. Because it does your stuff too. Yeah. So yeah, that's the whole entire deck profile. I hope you guys liked it. I've been liking playing this deck a lot. Took it to locals a few times. Did pretty decent. I think my highest is like 3-1. I believe, with Traptrix, so it's not that bad of a deck. It's pretty fun to play. Leave a comment down below what you want to see next. Please like the video and subscribe, and it's Mad Matt signing out. Peace.